think it's working. I hate the YouTube live stream interface is kind of bad because I do one thing and it doesn't work, and I have to try another thing and that doesn't work. So I think it seems to be working now. We're going to assume it's working now. I think everyone just got like 2 notifications. So epic. Okay, I deleted the fake live stream. Also, first time talking to you guys in 2020. Isn't that cool? Because the other video was recorded before 2020. So we have Ninja DX, Cool Guy Mav, Jojo Joe, Eon Productions, Brave Level 5, Ninja, I already said Ninja DX, Overdrive, Toyin Harris. Welcome everyone. Someone asked, what am I doing? I am going to be talking about Kiramager because we got the press conference how long ago? Maybe like 4 days ago or something. We are going to be talking about that today. Gabe Putotira in the chat as well, along with Ivan Rodriguez. Someone said mic check. Is my mic fine? I think it's fine. It should be fine. It comes up as fine on my end. I need to change this thumbnail because it's just the live stream thumbnail and I don't like that. Or it's not the live stream thumbnail. I always make a thumbnail and then it doesn't get uploaded. Where is it? I just saw it. There it is. Open. Change my thumbnail. There you go. Woo! We changed the thumbnail. Alright. Matthew says it's first time on a stream. Thank you. Welcome. Daniel Robinson. Kiramager. No. Get a vibe check on live stream. So are you guys messing with me or is it just not? We're going to open it up on my phone and see if that will do it. I need to switch account so I can actually see it on an outside account. You guys are lying to me. It seems to be perfectly fine. I have been lied to. I feel cheated. Hello, Woodpecker, Orville, Ciaran. Alright, so now I think now we'll jump into it. Let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to be able to read the chat that well. I guess I should have it open on my phone as well. But keep in mind, everyone, that I'm not going to have the chat as easily accessible for me because I'm going to be talking a bunch of the information, and then once I get all that out of the way, then I can start talking more to you guys. Shoot, that's not the thing I wanted to do. Okay, here we go. I've got this very complicated setup. What do you mean the layer is empty? You're empty. Okay. Woo, Kiramager logo. I should have done that in the beginning. People are asking my thoughts on the mech. I will get into the mech. I've got a couple pictures. Let's say right now, the mech is very hot. I like the mech. maybe not as much as Ryu Soldier's mech. Maybe I do. I'm not entirely sure. What happened to the last live stream? The YouTube live stream system is kind of broken. So here's the logo. We don't really care about the logo, so we'll get rid of that. So we got all of our casts and stuff, but I guess I won't talk about that yet. I'll start with the kind of the setup. So if you didn't know, Kiramager's doing this weird thing where we're going to be getting an episode 0 first. Also, before I should start, pretty much all this is taken from the trailer. So I have 2 links in the description. One is to the trailer on the TV Asahi website, where you can just watch the trailer. and then the other is a link to TV Nihon to download the trailer subbed. So pretty much all the information I have here is from TV Nihon subbing the trailer. So they're probably not watching this. So whoever worked on subbing that trailer at TV Nihon, thank you very much, because now I know what they're saying. So our main character here, as you can see, is, he's an artist of some kind. His name is Juru. I have more stuff on him later. So he's an artist, and he's a Kiramager fanboy, basically. So the Kiramagers already exist at the time of the show coming out, or when we start watching, I guess. So the cast is already, or for the most part, the team has already existed. But those four, we'll get to see their origin story in the Episode 0 movie. So I'm happy about that, because I was really worried. I think I'm not sure if this applies to anyone else, but for me specifically, I kind of hate when these movies have like very important plot stuff or just really cool plot stuff in them, because then we don't get to see it in the series for an American audience, or not in Japan audience, because I won't get to see the movie until it's out on DVD and subbed. So like Over Quartzer, I really wanted to see that when it was coming out, and I will be able to, but it's currently not subbed yet. Not saying rush to subs. Please take your time on the subs. So I was just worried that the Kiramagers Episode 0 would be like all five get their origin story, so we jump in to the first episode and it's like, oh, how did they get their powers and all that? But it appears with Red not getting his powers in the beginning, it kind of lets us get, we kind of get to experience an origin story as well. As I'll mention in my Kamen Rider double review that comes out later this week, so be on the lookout for that. It's kind of like we get a little way into the origin story without having to do a full-on origin story, because it's already happened. So it's hard to explain, but I kind of like that the whole team doesn't get defined or formed, so that we kind of get more stuff in the actual season. So I'm not entirely sure. The trailer doesn't exactly tell you what's going on, but it would appear that Juru needs to be part of the team. Like, there's a shot where they look at the Kirame changer on his wrist, and they're like, "You're a Kiramager?" And he's like, "No, I'm not." But then he is, clearly, now. He's the Red Ranger. But, like, I think the changer he had was just, like, probably a toy or something, since, like, these are literal superheroes. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It seems like, I think there's a line where, like, the fire truck is like, I resonate with him. So it must just be a thing, like, he's lucky enough to actually be worthy to be on the team. So that's basically for that picture. So now let's actually get into the cast and characters. I've basically already said all of this on... That's my phone. Hold on. So that's fun. I've basically already said everything about Julu. I'm probably just gonna call him Jewel, because that's easier for me to say. So I have all their taglines here. So he's Flash Sparkling Kirame Red. His name is Juru again. His partner is Machine Fire, and as I said again, he's an artist in high school. So he's also very young compared to the rest of the team. I think his actor's only 18. So there you go. Or his actor or the character. So one of those two is 18. Notice also they all have team suits again, which is cool. I like them. They're a little weird, but I think they're cool. So Drive had an episode 0, right? But I think this is like the first. Most Kamen Rider gets in episode 0. Like XA did, Drive did. I think. I mean, Build had kind of an episode 0, but like it wasn't called episode 0. I think Drive and what's it called? XA. How did I forget that? Those are the only two to actually have seasons or a miniseries called episode 0. This is the first episode, or I guess Double kind of did too with the Begins Night, but that wasn't called episode 0. I think this is the first like episode 0 that actually comes out before episode 1. So that's cool. So that is enough of Julu. Now let's move on, I guess, to Blue, because it always goes red, blue, yellow for me. So here's Kirame Blue. Guide shooting, because oh shoot, that's yellow. Never mind. I have this written in a different order. This is Sharp Unstoppable Kirame Blue, because he has a sword. His partner is named Machine Jetter. I forgot to mention Julu's is Machine Fire, very original. And they speak this time too. The machine, the Zords speak again. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really care. That's fine. So Machine Jetter, he has sword. He is apparently like an actor. The clip we see in the trailer, he's like doing a samurai thing where the sword comes in. And apparently, fitting in with this trend, he's apparently a returner for Toku. He was, I think his name is Crow in Garu. I don't watch, or Garo, not Garu. Garo. I don't watch Garo, so that's cool. But apparently, I think he's also another Forze and another Fies from Zi-O. And I did see Zi-O, so that's cool. Although I don't remember what he looked like in that arc, so I didn't recognize him at first. And then that's it with him. Again, like, since this is only the beginning thing, we don't really get anything. We don't get like in-depth character studies, because this is literally the trailer. That's what the show is for. So here is I didn't say. I keep forgetting things. Blue's name is Shinguru. Anyway, this is Tametomo guide shooting Kirame Yellow with Machine Shovelo, a giant crane. And he is in the real world, or not in the real world, in the show, he's a gamer. Like, according to the trailer, he is the #1 esports player, and we get to see him in like an absolute gaming chair, like an absolute gamer, and that's so funny. Because of gamers. I mean, I wonder. At this point, you can probably tell they're all the Rangers are like, they have a different occupation. Like, it's not like they're all ninjas, they're all police, they're all thieves, they're all unemployed, like in Ryu Soldier. They're all different things, or they have different positions, employment. So I wonder if that's gonna play into their interactions at all. Like maybe Yellow can't show up to a fight because he's got a tournament, and the rest can. Something like that. That should be really interesting. Like, they've got different things to do. They have their lives of their own, basically. Except Red, because he's shackled to high school still. That's a rip for him. And I forgot. Okay. He is I think he's the leader. I'm not sure if they said Red is going to replace him as the leader when he joins the team. And I don't even remember if he's actually the leader, but I'm pretty sure I saw something that said he's going to be the leader, or he is the leader in episode 0 and of the team before Red joins. I'm not sure if Red replaces him, though. So moving on to, well, let's see. I have pink at the bottom, so I guess we'll do green. This is Senna, Rush Lightning, Kirame Green, with the partner Machine Mach, and she is a track runner. So, speed. Oh, funny. I think the Mach, the car, might be my favorite thing here, because I think it's voiced by Urataros, who is the blue Imagine from Deno, if you didn't know. And he's got the Urataros voice, if you know what I'm talking about. And that's kind of creepy. But it's also very funny. So, also, I didn't mention, the suits have definitely grown on me. I still don't think they're amazing. Like, I see everyone's like, these suits are amazing. Whoa. You're free to think that. Please love these suits by all means. I think they're alright still. But I definitely like them better than originally. I think originally I said my one problem was like there maybe should have been more sparkles, and like they have like a sleeve that's like sparkly material where the rest of the suit isn't as sparkly. So that, I think that works better. The suits are still, they're not amazing for me. And I don't think she's a returner actress as well. But do you know who is a returner actress? Some of you may or may not have watched Kamen Rider Ghost, or may not even know what Kamen Rider Ghost is. This is Zi-O, deft, incredible, Kirame Pink, with the partner Machine Helicop, very clever. She is a nurse, and she is Kanen from Kamen Rider Ghost. Kanen with a K, that's the name of the character. So, yeah, as I pointed out, we have, or as multiple people have pointed out, I'm not going to say I was the only one. Yellow is a gamer, and Pink is a doctor. So we've kind of got an X-A thing going there. And along with that, I'm not sure, this might just be a Japanese thing, but the suit, or the outfit we see Kanen wear, not Kanen, Zi-O, I'm probably just going to call her Kanen. The outfit we see her wear in the trailer is the same nurse outfit they wore in X-Aid. So I'm not sure if that's an X-Aid reference, or if that's just what the outfits look like in Japanese hospitals. It's probably just what they look like in Japanese hospitals, and I'm being racist. So, yeah. Oh, and also, I just saw someone point out she's Spectre's brother, which is, yes, Kanen in X-Aid, or Ghost. On Twitter, the actor for Spectre said, like, congratulations to my little sister for becoming a Super Sentai member, which is Kanen. And the actress then retweets that and says, thank you, big brother, I'll do my best. So that was cute. So now we have our full team. So now, do we want to... Well, I think we'll get into my favorite part of this entire cast. The two guys on the left. That's my phone again. Mabusena of planet Crystallia. That is, that's the little one's name. The big guy, I don't know. But I mean, clearly the king of planet Crystallia. But I think we're only gonna see him in episode 0. I think, because we only saw him in the episode 0 trailer, which is only like 30 seconds long. And then he's not in any of the other stuff. I don't even know how we have a picture of him. But there he is. Here we go. The guy with the goggles looks kind of like the Pen Pineapple Apple Pen dude. Well, I have news for you. This person's name is Professor Murio. Who cares what his name is in the show? Because this is the Pen Pineapple Apple Pen guy. I don't know his real name, or his stage name is Pico Taro. So that's his Pico. This is Pico Taro. This is the Pen Pineapple Apple Pen guy from all those years ago. That was literally my favorite meme from all those years ago. Now he's back, and I get to talk about him on videos that I make for fun. That is amazing. This is we have reached peak 2020, and it's only January. It seems like I think he's their mentor because he's a professor. It would appear he probably has something to do with the Kiramager's equipment. But then what does Mabu Sena have to do? The alien, I guess. Does she just bring the stuff and she's like, here? And he's like, I'll construct everything. I'll do all the work for you. Jeez, just bring me the equipment and I'll do it. So, speaking of the Kirame stones, I have a few pictures for those. There's not much. It's like, look, pink, green, blue, yellow, red. And then the same on the other slide. Except, one interesting thing to note is on the right is just the stones, I guess. And on the left is the machine, the Zords. I'm not sure if the stones turn into the Zords or if it's, like, something else. But clearly the Zords in the show will turn into... Sorry, I had to do something. Clearly the Zords in the show turn into little crystals. I just wonder if it's the smaller crystals that do such a thing. And that's it. That's it with that. There's, as I said, there's not really a lot that we learn from this. Let us talk about the villains. So, oh my god, that's a little... Oh yeah, someone said if they don't do a PPAP reference, they have to do that. Like, there was something like that with Kiramager, and that was when the actual meme was happening, I think. And people were like, it's a PPAP reference. No, not really. They literally have the guy in Kiramager. They have to do one, right? Like, if not, I have lost all faith in Sentai. Oh, someone said, I wonder if the toys do that. The gems changing and all that. I don't think they do. Because they would have probably shown off in a picture. But they don't seem to, because that seems like a lot. And in the gems in the picture, they seem a bit fake in terms of that functionality. So on the left, we have... the villains of the season are called the Dark Empire Yodamheim. So on the left, we have Kurantula. On the right, we have Garuza. And then spoken in the trailer is the name Yodam. So I think Yodam's like the big bad because Yodamheim. What'd you think? Whoa. So this is our first time seeing the villains. So the guy on the left is weird for me. The colors are really weird. They don't really work for me. And he has a human mouth. So that's cool for the novelty of it, but I'm not really. I mean, now that I think of it, I think it would be really cool. He'll get some expressions, I guess. Like, I mean, here he's yelling. The guy on the right isn't going to be yelling realistically anytime soon. So I guess just for the fact we get somewhat of an expressive villain, that's going to be cool. But other than that, okay, we got a mouth on the guy. On the right, Garuza, I really like that design. It's like an evil Kamen Rider Tsukiyomi, I guess, that turned into a monster because of Moon. It's just really cool. It's like mechanical and stuff. The singular eye, I guess, is also really interesting. The color scheme also works much better. The black, gold, and some red, as opposed to bright red, green, blue. So we don't know what in the trailer, I think they said their goal is to remove everything that's pretty, something to that effect. So it could be, I mean, the Kiramagers are very clearly sparkles, and they've been advertised as like the most sparkling Sentai ever. So that may interfere with the villains who are trying to get rid of everything sparkly and shiny. So I've just got a few more pictures. Here's our shots of, just some hero shots. On the top left, you can clearly see them morphing together. And on the bottom right, you can see them all walking together. And you can also see them all, a better look at all their uniforms. And as I said, I like it. It's cool. Nothing really stand out. It reminds me of something. I think many have said the Magi Ranger uniforms, but like I don't remember. I don't know what those look like. Maybe it's the Mystic Force uniforms. I know there's a uniform that has like this poncho thing going on. So it's whatever whatever uniform is that. That's what that reminds me of. So here's a shot, or no, I'll use that last. Or second last. Here's a shot of, that's the wrong thing. No. How could this happen? Okay, here we go. Here's a team shot. That's it. Here's their team pose. This is really interesting. On the top right, you can see Namashin again. That will lead us into the last picture of the Zords. The pose is really interesting. This probably, honestly, this might be my second favorite thing next to the Megazords, because it's so weird. But like, think about it. The Ryu soldiers just stand there. The Paddle Rangers, they just stand there for their poses. The Lupin Rangers, they just stand there. Like, go back. They all just stand there, they strike a pose. You're going to remember this pose. Like, maybe in 10 years or something, if you watch the show. If you watch the show when it's airing, in like 10 years, you're going to remember this pose, I'm very sure. You've got Kiramager Red doing whatever the hell. You got Kiramager Blue holding up Kiramager Pink, and then Kiramager Yellow holding Kiramager Green. It's weird, but like it stands out in terms of Sentai overall. You're going to remember that setup, and that's what I think is really cool about it. You're going to remember it. It stands out. Despite it's so crazy that I think it's good. And also, this is kind of, we get the land theme, or we see their themes kind of like play into this. The two sky hero, they're the sky Kirame. What would you call them? The Kirame Rangers with the sky, or the Kiramagers with the sky machine. They hold each other up to the sky, and the two Kiramagers with the ground theme hold each other down to the ground. And also that ties into their roll call. There's usually, we get stuff that kind of ties into each other. Like Kyuranger, they said something star. In Zyuohger, it was Monarch of the Blank. In Lupin Pat, they just said their name. In Ryu Soldier, they said Knight of something. Here, they don't do that. It's like flash, sparkling, guide shooting, rush, lightning, sharp, unstoppable, deft, incredible. But I noticed so then that the ground guys, so red, yellow, green, theirs ends with ing. So flash, sparkling, guide, lightning, rush, lightning. So like a progress key basically in Zero-One. And then the two sky characters, they end with BLE. So sharp, unstoppable, deft, incredible. So that makes me think, so if we get like more characters for each theme, let's say our Sixth Ranger is Sky, he'll have a BLE. Super Mr. Bull. That's not a word. Something like that. That's just a little thing that I thought was interesting and I wanted to point out. Last thing I want to point out is apparently it spells Kiramager in kanji or some Japanese writing. So that's cool. I like little references, I guess, to the Japanese language because it's like, that's cool, it does that. But I don't speak the language, so it's kind of lost on me, which is kind of like the entirety of the GOI thing, except I really like that. So Megazords. So this is our first time looking at those Megazords. So on the left, first of all, I love these. Second of all, on the left is Land Mage, which is made up of the red, green, yellow, so, land. And on the right is the full Kiramager, which is made up of Land Mage and then the two sky vehicles. And then there's a rumored second combination with blue and pink. If you look on their toys, they've got a bunch of other stuff going on. And yes, the toy is something. Should I pull that out? You guys can ask if you want me to pull that image up. If not, then I won't because it's kind of bad. But Kiramager, or there's apparently going to be a Sky Mage of pink and blue combining, and then here's I guess the two will combine into Kiramager. So I really like the look of this. It could just be because it's nighttime and they've got this whole very nice LED sparkle going on, and that's really cool. So it could just be like these two fight scenes, or however many fight scenes this is. This is going to definitely be the standout of the entire show, and if they keep this sparkle, then I guess it would be really good. Usually the first fight scene in a season is the best, so this is probably going to be very nice to watch. So some of you want me to pull up the mech, so I guess I will pull up the mech in a second. I was going to say one last thing, but I can't remember. Oh, someone asked, what is green doing? Green is a shoulder pad, apparently. That's basically it. Red is... So, Lane Mage basically shows us everything that's going on. Red, the fire truck, is going to be basically the whole body, and then the right arm. And then green just forms the right shoulder pad, yellow forms the left shoulder pad, and then later on, blue just becomes the sword, and then pink is the chest piece. And then the fact that just all of blue becomes the sword feels like something very out of, I want to say Transformers. I don't think it is Transformers, but I know there's one Transformers combination where like there's 6 of them, and one of them always will turn into a gun. So it's a 5 robot combination, and then the 6th one just becomes a gun, and that's really cool. So Transformers tangent aside, these guys are also very cool. Sparkle is very nice. So now that's everything, by the way. If you want to, again, check all that out for yourself, I've got some stuff in the description. So now let's look up Machine Sentai Kiramager Mecha. Ooh, the toys. This is going to be a fun year because it's officially Kiramager, like a mage, but Google is trying to change it to Kiramager, so Meger, and that's a no good. That's a no good on you, Google. Google, you better fix that. I think that's what what happened with Pato Ranger. I still hear Pato Ranger in the gun, so I have to say Pato Ranger. But like it's like apparently more of a Pat Ranger, and some people actually say Pat Ranger, and that's totally fine. I said this in my video with Marcos. I don't care how you pronounce it. Literally, please pronounce these names however you want. They're all part of a language that most of us don't actually speak. Please pronounce it however you want, but I hate when people are like, actually, it's pronounced. This is that's PTSD from Geo videos where everyone's like, it's actually pronounced Z-O because it's spelled Z-O. Okay, yes, it's spelled Z-O, but they pronounce it Geo. You can pronounce it Z-O. I don't care. But like, please don't get angry at me for saying Geo, because that's kind of what it sounds like. It's also more of a G-O, but rant aside, I'm pulling up the image of God's punishment to us right now, aka the Kiramager toy. So 3, 2, 1. That button didn't completely work. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Damn, that is a sight to behold. That is Kiramager as a toy. Now, granted, people find this out. We've never had the toys completely translate to the show completely translate to the toys. But like, I feel like this might be like the worst translation, because usually it always kind of works out. I think also we might just be spoiled for Mu Soldier, because those toys pretty much look just like they do in the show. This doesn't. So I'm not picking this up. I haven't picked up a single DX mech from Japan because those are so expensive and they're going to be impossible to ship because it's like $2 billion to ship. So I'm definitely picking up the mini Pla though, because the mech in the show looks amazing. So it probably will look amazing in some form like mini Pla. So let's see. Now that we've got everything out of the way, I'm going to finally take a look at what you guys have said. Jack Reed said we call it his lucky thing. Like Nemo. That's great. He is dummy thick. He is kind of dummy thick. Common Panda Double says I pronounce Pat Ranger, and Zi-O. That's totally fine. Like, I have no problem with how people pronounce the stuff if it sounds like, or if there's some connection. Like Zi-O is spelled Z-I-O, or it looks like Zi-O. So if you pronounce it Zi-O, I have no problem. But I just don't like when people are telling me I'm wrong because I'm not entirely wrong. So it looks like a McDonald's toy. I wouldn't say that, because if it was a McDonald's toy, they would just all be a solid color. So that's a stretch. Yeah, we can look at this for a few minutes and then maybe I'll switch to something else. So when's Toku Ideas 2 coming out? Yes. So those videos are part of the 10K special. We're not at 10K yet. So, when we hit 10K, that's when those come out, because it's part of the special. I have not started much of anything writing for those. I've read pretty much all of your ideas, so I kind of have a feel of what I can do. So all of your ideas are really cool, by the way. And if you still haven't submitted, you can submit probably in the next hour, because the deadline is today. So after that, if you submit an idea, I'm just gonna delete the email. Sorry, because it's late. Why is the crane arm so skinny? That is a question only God can answer. Honestly, I think it's just because for some reason they like to have a big emphasis on the vehicles looking good, when it's like, who is going to display these in their vehicle mode? Honestly, like, if I got this, I'm probably gonna display it pretty much all the time in the robot, and if not, and I display it in the vehicles, I'm okay if the vehicles look a little garbage, because I mainly want it in the robot. That's my opinion. So, any hopes for the 6th Ranger? Well, you mentioned, this is from Firestorm Dell. They say they hope for the first female 6th Ranger. I am totally down for a female 6th Ranger. I just don't really want gold or silver again, because we always get gold or silver again. I mean, pretty much any color I'm up for. Jack Reed said, if only I had the ability to sub to you twice. Thank you. Kiss Fanatic says, where do you submit? To tokuideas@gmail.com. Stranger friend is stealing his friend's phone to sub. I've gotten a few of those 10K videos done. How many have I done? I also want to check how long we've been streaming for. There's no way to tell me. So I may stream until the end of time, and I will never know. Or actually, I can check the video. I'm kind of dumb. So according to this video I've started streaming 3 minutes ago, and I think that's wrong. 40 minutes ago. All right, we'll go for like a minute more. No, I'm just kidding. Just want to check that. So I was going to say something. Okay, so I've gotten most of the videos done. There's one video that I don't really have started, but I don't really need to. I guess there's another one I haven't really started either. Most of them I haven't started. The Toku ideas too, I haven't started at all. So, just yeah, throwing that out there. Here's the game plan. I'm gonna put this in a community post too, verbatim as I'm saying it now. Saying, well, here's the game plan. Basically, Kamen Rider Double review comes out this week. Not an exact date, but I'm basically at the point where it will come out this week for sure. After that, I'm going to probably review the Lupin vs. Pat vs. Kyuranger movie, the only Kyuranger versus movie, because I haven't seen that movie and I want to see the movie, and then I want to review the movie. And then after that will be Rider Potential Double. And then after that will probably be the Overcourser review. Or no. For sure before that or after that will be the Grease movie review. Because I still haven't seen that. And then after that will probably be Overcourser and Ryu Soldier. Those movies. The Ryu Soldier movie and then the Overcourser movie. So, basically, how it's basically going to go double review this week and then a review at some point, then Rider Potential Double, and then basically a bunch more reviews. What I'm saying is I'm going to be putting out a lot of reviews because there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen, a lot of stuff I want to see and review, because I have no idea when I'm going to hit 10K, and I'm basically what I want to do is I want to get those videos set up. So I hit 10K and I basically release a video, those videos like every week or every 2 weeks, or 2 videos a week. And then and along with that, Ryu Soldier is going to be ending at this point in like 7 weeks, because it ends March 1st, because Kiramager starts March 8th. Thank you QB36 for subscribing. This show starts March 8th, so I want the Ryu Soldier review to be out before March 8th because it's still relevant, and I need to start on that. And then I obviously Ryu Soldier Potential, Sentai Potential, and that I can probably release by like the end of the month, in March when Ryu Soldier ends, because that doesn't really need to be tied to that release, right? And I know Japan May has like how to adapt, and I don't really want to seem like I'm copying him, so I'll probably space it out. I don't know, we'll see. But basically, the bottom line is expect a lot of reviews, because those are easy to make, and you guys seem to like them. So, and then maybe more live streams too, because I don't need to make a live stream. I just do a live stream. Ooh, think about that. Gotcha there. What are you gonna do? Everyone's very excited for more content, so that's cool. This is what I was laughing at in like the middle. Sir Koyu says, "How is that ton of Geo stuff way before Zero-One?" That is. I'm like, I'm gonna do this video, and then I don't, or I do. I'm always like, I'm gonna do this, and then I don't. Let's look at my ideas list. I have, because I think there's a lot of like Geo stuff I have written down that I was gonna do. What is Geo's final form? That I could definitely do at some point. How grain Geo works. I don't think that I really need to do that. This was one I wanted to do, but you guys wanted Rider Potential before it. How to do a Kamen Rider Shinobi season in 2022. And then I was gonna do one on like timelines in Kamen Rider Zi-O, like how the whole thing works. And then that I don't really want to do that now. I'll probably do something about that after Overcourser, because that's probably, or no, after Gates Majesty. When does that come out, actually? Shoot, I need to look that up. Gates Majesty. I was gonna do something about like the timelines, and it seems like Majesty's gonna like explain it. So, to put it simply, I said I was gonna do a lot of Geo stuff, and here I am. I don't really want to do any more Geo stuff, and it's not because I hate Geo. Because I don't hate Geo. I just don't really want to do any more Geo videos. Tell me when you come out. Theatrical February 28th, DVD Blu-ray, April 22nd. I swear it was like there was something about it in January. Now I'm sad. So, yeah, Majesty. I was like, I thought it came out in January, so I was gonna be like, Majesty will come very soon, and nope. But I will review that as well. I will review every Zi-O movie if it kills me, and it won't because the movies are kind of good. I think I've only seen Heisei Generations Forever. Do a Roblox gaming live stream. I would rather play Minecraft, and that's not a roast to Minecraft. I would just rather play Minecraft. Breaking news: sub rate jumps to 100%. I think you mean 1,000%. Oh. I always try to say something and then it messes up. Rider Potential Zi-O would be a fun ride to make. I am also excited for Rider Potential Zi-O. If you didn't see that poll on the community tab, it would appear that Decade and Zi-O are going to be they're going to be the series finales for Rider Potential. So pretty much once I finish every other Kamen Rider season, I will finally watch Decade, and then I will Rider Potential Decade and Zi-O as the season finale. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to do it like it doesn't matter what Hasbro has done? Because I know I said in like the basics video, I said like, ooh, I'm not gonna care about what Hasbro did. This is my world. Invictus JB said talk louder. I will talk as quiet as I want. I was thinking, those videos will like work independently. They won't care about other lore. But I was thinking for the series finales with Decade and Zi-O, should I just tie it to my video or to my ideas? Like make the Zi-O build tribute, I guess, per se. That will do something with the whole Cross Z final form and Blood Rogue. I think that would be kind of fun to do, because it would just be the series finale of all of Rider Potential. I guess not completely, because I'll probably do Rider Potential when a season ends from now on, just like I am with Sentai and Ryu Soldier. But everyone's saying play Kamen Rider Craft. Well, if you didn't know, I know the person saying it is who suggested it. I am going to be playing Kamen Rider Craft because that's one of the 10K videos. Woo! I'm actually very excited to play it because I haven't played that in a while. So I want to put a more pleasing image on the screen, because no, we don't like Kiramager, or the toy Kiramager, the actual Kiramager. We do like, or I like. Never mind. I should stop speaking for everyone. So we're gonna bring in something I think most of us like. Where is? I'll just pull up in Fuller. If there was a Kamen Rider in England, what one would you like? London, I think. I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. Oh, there we go. Oh, this happened last time. I'm not sure if you guys remember that. I can't, like... They don't let me put in slideshows anymore. That's really weird. Show nothing when playback ends. No. Yes, it is local file. Loop. Restart playback. Oh. There we go. I have conquered... I have conquered my one enemy, or one of my enemies on live streams. If you remember, I could never get the chat to work. So once I get that, I will have truly conquered my one true enemy of live streams. So here we have Figure Arts Muteki again. Do strongest Heisei Phase 2 rider excluding Zi-O? Muteki, because it's invincible. Hottest Kamen Rider, Muteki. Thoughts on Zero-One, Muteki. No, I'm just kidding. Thoughts on Zero-One, episode 19. Um, was was that the one that just happened? I don't really pay attention to episode numbers. If to be truly honest, it's just it's the new episode of Zero-One. Oh, that is the new episode. Okay, so I'm not gonna say spoilers because I'm not sure if everyone has seen it. I guess there's not too big spoilers. I guess this is probably my least favorite episode because it's all right. It's very comedic. There's not too much that really goes on. It's just another step in this arc. So it's my least favorite, probably the weakest, but it's not bad. It's actually it was a very fun episode in my opinion. There were a lot of funny moments, very memeable moments as well. So any meme lords out there, take a crack at episode 19 of Zero-One, and the last 5 comments are beautiful in referring to the Hyper Buteki figure art, and I think you were all correct. The back of Muteki is better than the Kiramager mech. Are we talking the toy or the mecha? Because you're right either way. So, rewatching Build and Exade. Well, Build, good. Exade, good. So, altogether, good, question mark. So has anyone seen the latest episode of Ryu Soldier? I'm once again not going to spoil anything. Please don't spoil anything. But it was very sad. I actually haven't watched it subbed yet. I'm probably going to watch it after this. I just saw it live, so. Would I do a movie adaptation for Shin, Zi-O, and Jay? So that's a lot of people have been asking me, not about the movie trilogy. I think you're the first person to ask about the movie trilogy for Kamen Rider, but a lot of people have been asking about older rider potential stuff, like will I do previous pre Mighty Morphin seasons for Sentai potential. Maybe. I don't really think I should because like something happened on Discord that is not good. I don't really want to look because I'll finish this train of thought and then we'll explore the Discord server together, everyone. So I don't really want to do the pre-Mighty Morphin Sentai because I feel like that's too old for what the idea of Sentai potential is. Like if I did do it, it would probably be like how would Boom Studios do it in the comics to like they did with Supersonic. But I wouldn't do it like maybe as a full season, like a new season, because again the suits are so old. It would just be a new show, and I realize that's what half of the Kamen Rider seasons are, and that's what Rider Potential is going to be doing. But like we haven't done Kamen Rider yet at all, so I feel like that's different. So at least the farthest back any of the potential seasons are currently going to go is 2000 with Kuga. Both seasons. I don't think anything else. As of now, I have no plans to go further back than Kamen Rider Kuga. Is it just me or does the Kamen Rider seem so confusing without Zi-O? I mean, like, they don't really try to make it work at all. So, nothing happened. Okay. They don't really try to just make this work. That's what I love about Power Rangers. They very clearly try to have everything in the same universe, and when they don't, it's Power Rangers RPN, just in a completely different universe. And it's very obvious it's in a completely different universe. So that's what I like about Power Rangers. They really try this like connected universe thing, and it's more apparent in those older seasons. Now it's a bit looser, but we still get team ups and stuff. In Kamen Rider, it's basically like it's in a completely different universe, and then when they want it to be in the same universe, then they do, and it's a crossover. So Everyone's saying, "Oh, Ryuki, I'm not going to be doing Rider Potential Ryuki. I will still do Rider Potential Ryuki. I don't care if they did Dragon Knight. That's the whole. To be honest, the whole point of the season or the series is just to have fun. Are they really gonna adapt Kamen Rider with my ideas? I mean, so I'll probably still do Rider Potential Ryuki. I mean, the whole point of Rider Potential is also kind of an excuse to watch these older seasons that I haven't watched yet. So, I mean, I'll take an excuse to watch Ryuki because I didn't do that for the thing. What was it called? The Rider Time. Jojo Johnson subscribed. Thank you. Black X says hello, or more hello. Everyone's roasting Dragon Knight. I feel I haven't seen Dragon Knight. Maybe I should. We'll do Rider. What should we call it? We'll do. I guess you have to call it Rider Potential, right? Rider Potential Dragon Knight. That would be very fun to write how they could adapt Dragon Knight in Japan. I think I should definitely do something with Ryuki because of Dragon Knight. So, I'll definitely do something with Ryuki because of Dragon Knight. But I'm not gonna change like everything because of Dragon Knight existing. Rider Potential Amazons, you can't make me. I'm just kidding. I don't really want to watch Amazons as of now because blood is. I faint at the sight of blood. I don't. Rider Potential on Saban's Masked Rider. At some point, Rider Potential should just become a meme of. Here's what we'll do. We'll have the series finale with Decade and Zi-O. We'll have that solid ending, and then it just delves into insanity or spoiler question mark of the. Oh, someone just subscribed, but like I have the whole thing messed up, so we didn't see who subscribed. That's a rip. I will say out loud who subscribed, except the thing won't tell me. That's very interesting. Anyway, I'll keep looking. So spoilers to the double review. We can have a nice solid ending where everything is wrapped together, and then we'll have a finale story where I just completely mess everything up and go and do other Rider Potential stuff. That'll be fun. What do you guys think of that? If I could add a Kamen Rider into Smash Bros, who would it be? Well, there's many choices for me, but I have something on the screen, and I think hopefully that will be, who I would add. X8. Oh. I don't know what this has turned into. How would I feel if a main Kamen Rider had a harem? I don't know what that is. So, who else thinks Kyuranger would be after Beast Morphers? So I haven't talked about this at all because I think that was after my last live stream. So there was an article. I'm about to get into a rant, so you guys better watch out. There was an article that said, or that claimed to have a very good source in Hasbro that our next season of Power Rangers was going to be Ryu Soldier. Now, keep in mind that I love the Ryu Soldier aesthetics. I have every single Zord in mini plot form. I don't care if it's going to be Ryu Soldier. Next. But the article says that it's going to be Ryu Soldier, and then proceed to say that they're skipping Kyuranger because too many Rangers and the pointy helmet on Kajiki Yellow. And then the entire fandom exploded either, oh, I'm so excited for Ryu Soldier, oh, I'm so sad for Kyuranger, or anger at Hasbro for why they're skipping Kyuranger. So first of all, we're literally getting a Go Busters adaptation right now. As I'm speaking, I literally have two Go Busters thing from America, because it's not Go Busters, it's Power Rangers. We literally got Go Busters skipped. What was it? 2 years ago? Go Busters was skipped for Koryuger, and now we're currently getting Go Busters. They said, no, we're not going to do Go Busters, and now we're getting Go Busters. We could totally get Kyuranger in the future again. And that's assuming this article is real. The whole article seemed very off to me. I don't know how to describe it, but like it didn't seem true. Like basically just like, I have an insider source, trust me. Okay, yeah, I trust you. It's going to be Ryu-Soldier. That was basically the whole gist of the article. And along with that, the reasons for Hasbro from Hasbro's part just seemed really dumb. Like, oh, the pointy helmet. Then just don't give it a pointy helmet on the toy. I don't care. Or make it rubber like they did in Japan. I doubt people would care if they got rid of a thing because of a safety hazard. They wouldn't not do an entire season because of one Ranger. Right? Like, come on. This is Hasbro. They know what they're doing with this whole... They know what they're doing. And I also just realized, I look over to my right, and I have my Studio Series Grimlock figure. There's like 20 spikes on this thing, and they're all rubber. Granted, it's maybe more of an adult-oriented figure, or collector figure. But still, like, I mean, then just release Kajiki Yellow only as a Lightning Collection figure, and give it a rubber helmet. You don't have... No, nothing says you have to release Kajiki Yellow in the basic line, right? I mean, come on. So there's that, but then I mean that's basically it. That's basically the end of my rant. Everyone's just kind of taking this article like it's true, and you're sad about the Kyuranger adaptation when we could still definitely get a Kyuranger adaptation if it's true. And then I just don't think it's true. So, not like Hasbro hasn't said anything. Everyone's acting like, oh, Hasbro has told us that we're getting Ryu-Soldier next. So, I mean, like, if we don't get if we are getting Ryu-Soldier, Kyuranger's getting skipped over, I'm sad because we're not immediately getting Kyuranger adaptation, but I'm probably still going to buy all the stuff for Ryu-Soldier. I was going to buy them anyway. And then if Kyuranger comes back, then I'll get that stuff. And, like, there's no mention of Tokyuger and Zyuohger in Article 2. They're just saying, we're skipping Kyuranger because this. What about the other two Sentai seasons that are perfectly usable? Maybe not Tokyuger, but Zyuohger, perfectly usable. I don't think there's anything that says you can't use Zyuohger. So, I don't know. I just don't really believe the article. When Hasbro comes out and says, we're doing Ryu-Soldier, then I will believe Hasbro, and then I'll start getting more angry. But currently, I'm not angry at the article. I'm just kind of angry, or Hasbro. I'm just kind of angry at everyone believing this article. So, rant is over. Rider Potential Power Rangers is the first thing I see in the chat. Perfect. How about a Rider Potential for Rider Potential? We should do Rider Potential, Sentai Potential. 10 Rangers in Dino Charge and 12 Rangers in Kyuranger. Granted, to be fair, Dino Charge was Bandai, so that's different. But still, there's nothing that says Hasbro couldn't handle 12 Rangers in Kyuranger, right? I mean, and they're going to be spreading it over like 2 seasons too, so. Yes, everybody forgot that. Plus, everybody doesn't care for Tokyuger and Loopat, but they skip Kyuranger, then it's a problem. Yeah, I forgot about that. They don't mention anything about Loopat too. They just go right to Ryu-Soldier when we could still get Loopat later. It's just so frustrating. Like, this article doesn't seem entirely accurate, but everyone acted like it was true. Now, I guess I am blowing it out of proportion because that happened like 2 weeks ago, so no one really remembers anymore. So now, hopefully, I don't start something up again. Rider Potential VR Troopers. Now, here's the thing. It has to be a Kamen Rider season to get a Rider Potential. So, unpopular opinion, Zyuohger is a really good Sentai. I cannot dispute you because I haven't seen Zyuohger, but I think most people agree with you. Or at the very least, most people will agree that it's not a bad Sentai. We'll go with that. Fans, angry noises. That's pretty much always the fandom, on Twitter at least. On YouTube, it's alright. I just realized how stupid I am. Streamlabs tells me how long I've been streaming. So that's fine. You can submit your Toku ideas to tokuideas@gmail.com. There's a whole thing describing how you do it. It's the first video this year. The thumbnail is how to submit to Toku Ideas too. So, I mean, there's step-by-step what you do there. I just looked back in the live stream, and Pico Taro being the mentor of the new Rangers might be simultaneously the best and most cursed thing I've heard all year. I don't know how that would be cursed. That's pretty much that's the best thing of this year so far. Thomas Jujubi Muteki versus Genius null ability versus invincibility. I don't can Genius null the abilities of Muteki? I thought it was just like full bottles, or yeah, the full bottle stuff. I bet they skipped Jojo because Green's trunk on his helmet. I was about to say, what are you talking about? There's nothing there, and then yeah, that's the joke. Woo. So, I mean, there's not much. I think, did I mention Ryu Soldier? I guess I kind of talked about Zero-One. Ryu Soldier, I think I've said this like every time. Ryu Soldier's fine. I don't think it's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's fine. It's alright. I don't think it's the worst Sentai ever. Here's one thing. Everyone's like, I totally called this when the live stream was happening for Kiramager. I tweeted out, I was like, we've now entered the period of time where everyone's going to be like, oh, Ryu Soldier's so bad. I can't wait for Kiramager now. That always happens. Every time they announce the next Sentai, everyone starts trashing the current Sentai. And they're like, this is so bad. I can't wait until we get to a good Sentai with Kiramager. When the show hasn't even started yet. So, how? Alright. So, yeah, that's already happened. So, I mean, like, I didn't talk about the Oreos. You mean the Morphers? The Morphers are fine. The Morpher, like those suits, I don't really have an opinion on it. I like it's a smartwatch. It's probably the most interested I've been in a Sentai Morpher. But I'm not gonna get it. Here's what I've always been. Here's my thought process. Always, I'm like, oh, I could get this Sentai thing, but if I'm patient, it will be cheaper in Power Rangers, so I can just wait for it in Power Rangers. Now, the Ryu Soldier Mecha was an exception because I just needed the Ryu Soldier Mecha, but now I might have to start getting some more Sentai stuff if we actually don't get Q Ranger. And here I am believing the article. Damn. Can Genius look good? Yes. I can't tell you how, but it can't. I think there's definitely like some fan art where people like changed Build Genius. I think if you just don't use full bottles and just make it like lines, it would probably look better. Oh, here we go. Gabe Putotira says, the thing is, Ryu Soldier is just fine. The fact people randomly trash it in hopes that Kiramager will be better. Like, bruh, yeah. I mean, like, it's fine if you don't like it. I'm not trying to tell you you have to like Ryu Soldier. You can't be excited for Kiramager. But, I mean, like, people are like, Ryu Soldier's so bad. Kiramager's going to be so much better. We literally have a trailer, and that's it. Okay. What if for 2021 we get 2 Rider series? I don't think that's going to happen because that's a lot. Kiramager feels like it's going to be worse than Ryu Soldier. See, I mean, we can't make assumptions about the show at all because nothing's happened. I think I saw the meme that was very funny. It was Sentai fans being excited for a Rider season. We cannot judge it yet. We need to wait for it to come out. Sentai fans, when a Sentai show is revealed, oh, it's amazing. Oh, the show's going to be so good. I know I'm late to the party, but Kiramager suits are bland and need more other colors. I can agree for the most part. I looked at the Morphers and thought Ninja, but what if they're in 2020? I did not think about that. That's funny. What's my least favorite Sentai or Kamen Rider? Sentai? Lupat, but I haven't really seen much Sentai. I've literally only seen Q Ranger and Lupat and now Ryu Soldier. Kamen Rider would be Zi-O, but again, I haven't seen much Kamen Rider. I had to stretch, I'm sorry. I can't think of anything else I want to talk about. I mean, we've already got Kiramager, we got Ryu Soldier, we got Zero-One. Actually, I have not said this about Zero-One. So, yes, Kiramager is going to start on March 8th. So, I have a very crazy theory for Zero-One. And so we're going to go through it step by step. I'm probably not going to make a video on this now that I think about it because I've got a lot of other stuff. And we're probably going to get the reveal by the end. So, my crazy Zero-One theory is Yua Yaiba, Kamen Rider Valkyrie, is the hooded figure creating raiders. That's the whole thing. I have no evidence. No, I'm just kidding. So, I have this whole thing on Twitter as well, but I'm probably going to get into more detail here. So, basically, the theory goes that it's basically it was the first thing that popped into my head when the Raider arc started. At the end, Yaiba gets a call about a progress key being stolen, and then the next thing, or she walks down the steps, and then the next thing we see is the hooded figure walking down with a raid riser, and then the stolen key. So, first of all, so obviously it kind of seems like a little strange we go from Yaiba to evil villain. And she's also, so, I mean, that alone kind of leads you to a little thinking, like, is Yaiba this character? But the main thing that did it for me is that it reminded me of a very specific scene from Kamen Rider X-Aid. So, these are minor X-Aid spoilers. I think most of you know kind of about what happens, but basically, Kuroto tells the riders, hey, someone has stolen the gas jets. And it's this guy, and it's Graphite. But we know that Kuroto gave it to him, to Graphite, because he works with Graphite. Graphite didn't steal anything. So, the idea was, so that whole scene, basically, Kuroto giving away the gimmick of the season to the villains really reminded me of Yaiba getting a call, and then she had about stolen gimmicks, and then we cut to the person with the gimmick. So there's just a parallel with that alone. That's what made me think of at first. But then in the next episode at the end, Fuwa's talking to Hirobi, and he talks about a human becoming a Magia, and then Hirobi calls it a raider. So that's where we get the name. And then Fuwa's like, who is the person creating the raiders? And then Hirobi says it could be, or it's a comrade of mine, and it could be right behind you. And then we get a shot of the hooded figure behind Fuwa, and he turns around, and she's gone. And it is a she, by the way. We definitely heard her voice. It's a female voice. So that alone puts it at Yua, or could make it Yua. So he hears a female voice, and then he turns around, and she's not there. And in the next episode, there's also a shot where the hooded figure is behind Fuwa, and I don't think she's there. He never turned around to see her there, but she probably wasn't there. So, since she wasn't there, it kind of felt more like a metaphor that Hirobi was getting at. That this is someone right under Fuwa's nose, right? The person he's trying to find is right behind him, as in Yua, who just left for Zaya. So the person he's looking for was right behind him. In the episode as well, where Hirobi says they're right behind you, Fuwa fights Yua for the first time, and then he also accuses her of repairing Hirobi. So if she's working with Metsubo Jinrai, then maybe she would repair Hirobi. Maybe she would be more inclined to fight Fuwa. You know, just throwing it out there. Then there's also the interesting thing where the raiders made by the Raid Riser have they have the Ames undersuit. They have the same legs as the Ames riders. So I guess not Lightning Hornet, but basically Punching Kong with those lower legs. The riders have the same, or the raiders have the same lower legs as Punching Kong, and the left legs of Valkyrie and Vulcan. So they have the same lower body. So what this could mean is, like, we've obviously been shown the different undersuits of different belts in the season. Zero-One, or Zero-One driver, Shot Riser, 1000 driver now, Force Riser, and then Zetsume Riser. So, I mean, we have another driver, and it uses the same undersuit as another driver that we already have. So then, like, do they use the same technology? How does whoever made the Raid Riser have the same technology as whoever made the Shot Riser? Well, would you look at that? Yua Yaiba is the one who made the Shot Riser. Interesting. So this could be one of two things. The Raid Riser is either an upgrade or a newer version of the Shot Riser, and that's why they use the same undersuit, or the Shot Riser is a newer version of the Raid Riser, and that's why they use the same undersuit. And I think it's more of that one, that the Raid Riser came first, because Hirobi knows what the Raid Riser is, and then he says he's not connected to Metsubo Jinrai anymore. So if it was a new creation, he probably wouldn't know about it. So it probably was some older technology that they're saving. So that's all the hard, concrete evidence. Oh, also, if the Progress keys are being stolen, Yaiba is literally in Zaya Enterprise. She can steal it without anyone knowing it's been stolen because she works there. There's no mention of the Splashing Whale key being stolen as well. Granted, I don't think they know there's another raider, so I guess they don't know. But, I mean, Yaiba didn't get a call that second time about a Progress key being stolen, so, I mean, she probably just took another one, and now they don't even notice. Now she's covering her tracks. So, that's my whole, that's the concrete evidence, I guess, I have as to why Yaiba is doing this. I don't really know why, if it's true. I was thinking, so she wants to bring down Hiden for some reason. But what if she also just wants to bring down Zaya as well? So she's just working with Metsubo Jinrai, and the Raiders are kind of a means to that end. Like, first, because of the whole Humagear incidents, now Zaya is taking over Hiden. And with the Raiders and the new way that Humagears are Zetsumerized, now simultaneously Hiden is being brought down. The Raiders are corrupting the image of the Zaya spec of Zaya. So basically, if I understand companies right, Zaya will assimilate Hiden, so it's all one big company. And then the phone rings. So Zaya will assimilate Hiden, and then Zaya gets shut down, and then everything goes away. Why does the phone keep ringing? I'm trying to... Okay, it stopped. So to say that all again, the idea is Zaya would buy Hiden, or get complete control of Hiden, and then the Raiders shut down Zaya as well. So now everything's gone, and Yaiba is taking out everyone for some reason. We don't really know anything about Yaiba as well, so that could, I mean, that definitely leaves the door open. We know nothing about her character, so that is my long and crazy Zero-One theory that I may make a video on and be more concise, but here's the rambly version for you guys. I also have a little thing on Twitter as well, but it's basically everything I said right now. So this is probably I was gonna say this is the theory I'm the most proud of, but I think some of the Geo stuff I was very proud of. So I just feel like they wouldn't have this figure hooded if it was just a character, just another Metsubo Jinrai Humagear. And then, like, along with that, oh, there was something else too. I just completely forgot. Oh, well, Guy was like the same thing where they were covering up his face, and then it's just a guy. So it could just be that as well. It's just a new character, but they're making it seem like it's an older character. Um, and also some people said it's Jin because of the hood. It's a girl, so it can't really be Jin unless Jin is now a girl. But I feel like the hood could be trying to draw that connection to Jin. And there was an old rumor that has been disproven, but it said that after the attack on Metsubo Jinrai, Yaiba would take Jin in as his mother. So, like, if theoretically Yaiba has been a part of Metsubo Jinrai for a very long time, she is technically Jin's mother, I guess. One could say, if she's, like, an older member of the organization. So, there's that as well. So, there was a lot of asking me about what I think of Thouser. I'm not sure if you mean... So, in terms of suits, he's my favorite suit in Zero-One. In terms of character, he's fine. I mean, he's kind of just like an evil Aruto, I guess. The evil CEO. And then that's it. I don't really hate... Or actually, I do kind of hate him, but I think that's the point of his character. You hate him. So, I think, in that case, he's a good character. So... When the 5 horns cross, the golden soldier Muteki X8 is born. He does have 5 horns. Damn, that's why I like Thouser so much. Thouser's, I really want the 1000 driver. I'll probably wait until like it goes cheap, because last year the Beyond driver went like really cheap for like $30. So what if the hooded figure is actually Izu's long lost sister, Uzi? There was, I think some people have also been saying it could be the long-haired Izu. And I guess you could kind of tie everything together, like switch everything I said to mean the long-haired Izu, like as an evil version of Izu from the corruption of Jin. That would kind of make more sense why she's just acting as a Metsubo Jinrai member. But I still don't really know that, like, where's the Raid Riser coming? Why does Hirobi know it if it's older or something like that? Some people also looked into the actress of the hooded figure, and it is an actress that's not Yua. I don't know what her name is. So some people are saying like, oh, it's just a new actress. It's going to be a new character. But then here's the thing. 2 years ago, we had we had Bloodstock. Minor build spoilers ahead, by the way. Or actually, I'll try not to spoil. We had Bloodstock in Kamen Rider build, and he had a very specific voice actor. But then it was a character that we knew. So they just changed the voice so we didn't know. And they did the same thing with Night Rogue too. Granted, those are rider suits. This is a person, but I can kind of see like a weird like mask thing over the hooded figure's face. And I could just be like creating some voice distortion. Something like that. The hooded figure might be Kuroto-Dan. I think you're the right one here. I think it is Kuroto-Dan. The hooded figure might be Kiramager Red. I think you also may be right. I think it's either Kuroto-Dan or Kiramager Red. Definitely. Zero-One theory. Human gears are powered by human gears because when they turn 1, you hear a progress key-like noise. For example, spread your wings and prepare for a force. And this could be the final form key. They're powered by human gears? I mean... Not exactly sure what you mean. So, the prehistoric Rhino progress key doesn't even open. That's true. That's a big rip. Big shame that doesn't open, or it doesn't have any sounds as a toy as well. So I think I'm gonna end the stream here soon. So, as per usual, if you have any last minute questions you want me to answer, throw those in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. Yes, the hooded figure is actually me. I have a girl's voice for some reason in Zero-One. I don't know how. I just do. Also, be sure to get your Toku ideas sent in before the day ends, because today is the deadline. As I mentioned earlier, if you submit after today, I'll just delete the email. I'm sorry, but I have to. Company policy. The Kuroto-Dan theory is presented by Zaya. Didn't Kamen Rider Thouser say he was 1,000 times stronger than Kamen Rider Zero-One? 1 times 1,000 is 1,000 after all. That is true. That is interesting. I never thought about that. 1,000 as and then 0-1. When the figure gets unmasked, it's Sakurai and he announces Xade in Smash. I would like that. Although I don't know why Sakurai has a female voice. Favorite Zero-One suit? Thouser. The Golden Soldier, specifically. Kaku Ranger Ninja in Japan and Aliens in America. That's true. They weren't even ninjas, I think. Is it just me, or the blue Kiramager look kind of like Deca Ranger? He does look kind of like a Deca Ranger. I think the blue... He looks like a Deca Ranger. Yeah, let's just say that. Oh, I didn't mention this, but I have it in the link in the description. So, Team Rider, if you didn't know, there's Bluefin Brands, which is a company, I guess, a toy company, and like a year or two ago they got bought by Bandai. And they're now a part of Bandai. And if you didn't know, Bandai is what makes Kamen Rider and Super Sentai toys in Japan. So, Bluefin is basically now a part of Bandai. And they started pitching to Bandai, bringing Kamen Rider more Kamen Rider stuff accessible to the US. So they started with some like figure arts being more accessible. Like now you can get the Zero-One figure art for like $40, or you could. I think pre-orders are closed. Some of the other figure arts you can get as well. And then so now there's a branch of Bluefin called Team Rider, and they are selling currently the complete selection modification Double Driver, the 20th re-release Lost Driver, and then up for pre-order I think is some of the CSM Kiva stuff, I think. Not sure about that, but they also are selling the re-release Sengoku Driver and Deca Driver. And then a lot of the stuff they're also just distributing to local places, like Amazon, I think, has some of this stuff more easily accessible. They're selling it to like GameStops as well, so you can get some of this stuff at a GameStop. You can get like a CSM Kiva at GameStop. So they're trying to bring all this Kamen Rider stuff to US. So the whole point of this is please support Team Rider in any way you can. If you have Twitter, I've linked their Twitter in the description. Please follow them on Twitter. They have a lot of giveaways as well going on right now. So participate in those if you want, but just like try to be active maybe with some of their like posts to show them. The whole point is basically to show Team Rider, to show Bandai that there is an audience for Kamen Rider in the West. Currently, they're only doing the stuff to America. I made it sound like a bad thing. But if it gets more successful, they'll probably expand to other places as well. So we have to take baby steps. So you have to show them that there is this Western audience, and then hopefully it will bring even more of a, like, you see that Muteki figure art? They could bring more Muteki figure arts over. Someone said, Barnes & Noble has a Den-O G-O figure. They're distributing this stuff like everywhere they can. What is my favorite Zero-One form except Shining Hopper? Thouser. Hottest Sentai member? Hyper Muteki. Part of Gaming Sentai Xade Ranger. What's my favorite Toku weapon? Beat Crosser, the cross weapon from Build, because that's the only one I actually have, or that I wanted to have. I also have the Hawk Gatlinger, but that was like cheap on Mandarake, so I didn't really want it. I just have it because it was cheap. Maybe I should get rid of it. Speaking of getting rid of stuff, I'm still selling one set of the Mini Pla Yokuryu-O. So if you want that, that's up on my Twitter. DM me about it. We can work something out. I'm that's it. X-Aid Ranger is a bad show, though. You take that back. I'm just kidding. That's fine. What's my favorite episode of Zero-One? Trying to think. There was a definite episode I think that was my favorite. Maybe the Assault Wolf episode when that debuts. Or when that debuted. I can't think of anything else. Maybe I want to say the Thouser debut, but the whole episode is just alright. It's not bad. Maybe the episode where they raid Metsubo Jinrai. The closing of the whole Metsubo Jinrai arc. Maybe that one. Whatever episode that is. Again, I don't really pay attention to episode numbers. Do I have any Kamen Riders other than Kamen Rider Sinja? I think I had like one when I was smaller. Called Ultra Rider or something, which is basically just Kamen Rider Decade but with a different system. So, nothing really special. If I was able to make a Sentai, what would I make? I would make Ryu Soldier, but really good. No, I would make maybe like I mean, honestly, I would. I know I just made X8 or Gamer Sentai X8 Ranger. I would probably make something like X8, but like Sentai. So, how would it be if I could fuse Kamen Rider Pandora with Build? I don't think there is a Kamen Rider Pandora. So, yeah. And I think that will be the ending of this live stream. Thank you guys so much for coming to the live stream. Let me know what you think of